Welcome to Herdley. The book is distilled into 3 stories, giving you the key ideas in minutes. Today, we study together Paramahansa Yogananda's The Law of Success, using the power of spirit to create health, prosperity, and happiness, in which we probe into the hidden power of thought and its role in shaping destiny, the unbreakable connection between divine will and personal success, the battle between fear and willpower in the quest for happiness. Hailed as the father of yoga in the West, Paramahansa Yogananda is regarded as one of the great spiritual figures of our time. Don't go away, Herdley the editor will be right back. In this section, we dive into 3 compelling stories that demonstrate how thought shapes our reality, how aligning with divine will bring success, and how fear can drain the life energy we need to overcome challenges. These stories capture the heart of this book's message, revealing how the mind can either limit us or lead us to greatness. Our first story is about a young man named Arjun, who came from a modest background and dreamed of creating a successful business. For years, he struggled, always blaming external circumstances for his failures. One evening, after yet another disappointment, he read something that struck him deeply. You demonstrate success or failure according to your habitual trend of thought. Arjun realized that his constant negativity was keeping him from recognizing the opportunities around him. He had been so focused on his limitations, lack of capital, market competition, his family's disapproval, that he had overlooked the chance to partner with a like-minded individual he had met months earlier. The next morning, with a clearer perspective, Arjun approached that very person with a proposal. They went on to build a flourishing enterprise. What changed wasn't the world around him, it was his mindset. Arjun's story reminds us that success starts internally. By shifting our thoughts towards possibility instead of limitation, we attract solutions. The practical takeaway here is to be mindful of where our thoughts are leading us. Negative thinking can obscure paths to success, while a shift to a positive mindset can help us see hidden possibilities. From Arjun's realization, we move to the story of Priya, a woman who had everything: wealth, influence, and a loving family. Yet, she felt lost and unfulfilled. No amount of external success gave her the deep sense of peace she craved. She came across a teaching that said, "When you do your work with the thought of serving God, you receive His blessings." For the first time, Priya questioned her motives behind her achievements. She had been chasing success for approval and material gain, but it lacked purpose. Inspired by this insight, she began volunteering at a local children's hospital, offering her time and resources. Her life transformed, not because her wealth increased or her status grew, but because she felt aligned with something greater than herself. Priya's story highlights the importance of connecting personal success with a higher purpose. When we align our will with the divine, as she did, our work becomes a channel for something larger, and fulfillment naturally follows. This teaches us that success without purpose is empty. If we focus on how our efforts can serve a higher goal, we begin to experience true, meaningful success. In a practical sense, this means finding ways to contribute beyond ourselves, which can bring long-lasting fulfillment. The final story introduces Ravi, an artist who had spent years honing his craft, only to be paralyzed by fear when it came time to share his work with the world. Every time an opportunity arose to exhibit his paintings, he backed out, convinced that failure awaited him. One day, in a moment of desperation, he read, "Fear exhausts life energy. It is one of the greatest enemies of dynamic willpower." For Ravi, this was a revelation. He had been giving his power away to fear, allowing it to drain his creative energy. Determined to break free, Ravi took a small step. He shared a single painting at a local gallery, half expecting rejection. To his surprise, the painting was well received, and offers for commissions began pouring in. Ravi's experience teaches us that fear is a natural part of the process, but should not be allowed to dictate our actions. When we recognize that fear is simply draining our energy, we can begin to act despite it. The key lesson here is to take small, courageous steps. We don't have to overcome fear all at once. We just need to act in spite of it, one decision at a time. With each small victory, our confidence and energy grow, allowing us to tackle bigger challenges. Arjun's shift in thought, Priya's alignment with divine will, and Ravi's battle with fear all share a common theme: the power of the mind and will to shape our lives. While Arjun's story illustrates how our thoughts direct us towards success or failure, Priya's journey shows us that aligning our personal will with a higher purpose leads to fulfillment. Finally, Ravi's breakthrough reveals how fear can paralyze us, draining the energy we need to achieve our goals, but it can be overcome by taking small, courageous steps forward. As we connect these stories, it becomes clear that success is not about external circumstances alone. It is shaped by our thoughts, strengthened by our alignment with something greater, and achieved when we conquer the fear that holds us back. Arjun found opportunity by changing his mental habits. Priya discovered purpose by aligning with the divine, and Ravi unlocked his potential by moving through fear. So, what can we take away from this? Thought is powerful. It can create or destroy our reality. Aligning with a higher purpose turns our actions into something meaningful. And fear, though it may always be present, is a hurdle we can overcome with small acts of courage. As the editor of Herdley, through learning these, we can realize that our future success lies not in waiting for perfect conditions, but in adjusting our thoughts, aligning our will with the divine, and confronting fear with steady resolve. Each story comes from the most representative real-life cases selected by the Herdley team from this book. In addition to these three, there are at least a dozen more inspiring and thought-provoking stories worth reading in the full text. If you wish to dive deeper, we recommend purchasing the full book. Finally, share a sentence from the book to end today's reading. Your success in life does not altogether depend. In reflecting on the key points, we see how the power of thought, alignment with divine will, and overcoming fear form the foundation for success in this book. But there's one more story that truly drives these lessons home. Ramesh, a middle-aged man who had faced many setbacks in life, decided one day to meditate deeply, seeking answers. He had lost his job, was estranged from his family, and felt utterly defeated. One evening, as he sat in quiet reflection, a phrase from the book came to him: "Mind is the creator of everything. You should therefore guide it to create only good." Realizing how much his own negative thinking had contributed to his downfall, he committed himself to reshaping his mind. Each morning, Ramesh spent time focusing on what he wanted to create: harmony, purpose, and a new path forward. Within months, opportunities began to appear. A former colleague reached out, offering a consulting role. Slowly, his family relationships improved as he approached them with compassion instead of bitterness. The transformation wasn't instant, but it was real. Ramesh's story reminds us that even when all seems lost, we have the power within us to reshape our reality by changing our mindset. In essence, the book teaches us that our thoughts shape our reality. Our alignment with a higher purpose gives us direction, and overcoming fear is key to unlocking our potential. By mastering these, we can change the course of our lives in ways we never thought possible. Each of these lessons offers us a profound opportunity to rethink how we approach challenges.